On page 847, he says in Luke chapter 11 and verse 52, woe unto you lawyers, in other words, people who interpret the Bible. See? Verse 52, page 847, you have taken away the key of what? Knowledge. You entered not in yourselves, and them that were entering in you hindered. The reason that you have no knowledge is because you haven't entered into yourself. You've been without. And those that are without are deceived intentionally. So the people then that are up here who are telling everybody, oh, don't do that, don't enter within yourself, you'll open your mind to demons, are deceived. They haven't a clue. And the Bible, the very scriptures that they treasure, are telling them that they're deceived, that it's deception, that they don't understand. So you see, the Mani and these others, they were trying to justify the power that we know as God because of character that was displayed by God. I mean, here we have this word that, we've all gone to church and we've all tried to figure this out. We've all revered the word God. It's Heavenly Father who loves us very much, But, I mean, there's a chance that you may wind up in a pit of fire forever with demons sticking pitchforks in you, but he loves you. What? For what? Because you played the slots. So there's something wrong with all of this. There's something that doesn't make any sense to this. So when a guy like Monty, and he's looking at these things, let me ask you, do these instructions, do you want to pray to this guy? These instructions seem like they came from the guy that you want to pray to help you with your family situation, to help you with your marital problems, to help you with your diseases, to help you with raising. Is this the guy you want to ask help for? Take a look at this. Take a look at page 147. Here's his instructions, okay? This is his instructions to God's chosen people. And I mean, yes, you have to reach a conclusion, Page 147, and let's see together if you want to pray to this guy to help you, because this is what he says, okay? Numbers chapter 31, look at verse 17. Here's his instructions on how to take care of everybody. Now therefore, kill every male among the little ones, these are the little boys, and kill every woman that has known a man by lying with him, if she's not a virgin. But all the women children, the little girls that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. You want to praise this guy? You see why Monty's saying, I can't understand. I mean, I would think that's why we have a lot of trouble in the world, because this is the guy that's in charge. Kill all the little boys. Kill the women that have had sex. The little girls you can keep for yourselves. Take them home and have a good time. Whew. And then he wanted the Israelites to be pulled out of Egypt, didn't he? And he says, I'll tell you how we're going to do this. How are you going to make this happen? It says in Exodus 11:5, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of the Pharaoh, even unto the firstborn of the maidservants that's behind the mill, and even the firstborn of all little animals. I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to kill all the kids. That'll get them. What is this? This makes Hitler look like a Boy Scout. It makes Hitler look like a Boy Scout, and yet, but this is our Heavenly Father. This is the guy you've been praying to, and you wonder why you didn't get out of trouble. Oh yeah, I'll help you all right. Watch this one. Here it comes. See? And so there's a whole different way. That's what Monty's saying. Something's wrong here. Good guys, good gods don't do this kind of stuff. Okay? Every little baby would get killed. And how did it get to that point in the Exodus? I mean, why did it reach that point? Why wouldn't Pharaoh let the Israelites go? Because if Pharaoh had said, get out of here, take your whole crowd, and Jews, get the heck out of here, I didn't want to see you anymore, get out. He would have said that. But he had to go through all these plagues. People get boiled and flies crawling all over people and frogs are coming into houses and all this kind of crazy business, and then the firstborn all get killed. Why? Why? If Pharaoh had just said, get out of here in the beginning, none of this bad stuff would have happened. But you know why Pharaoh didn't say? Watch this. Exodus chapter 10, page 55. You got to look at this for yourself. Page 55. Exodus chapter 10. And in Exodus chapter 10, on page 55, it says that Pharaoh couldn't let these people go. Verse 27, the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. Every single time, every plague that came down, it said God hardened Pharaoh's heart. Pharaoh said, you know what? I think I'm going to let these people go. Whack! He got a jolt. No, you're not! You know, and he had nothing to do with it. He couldn't. In other words, God deliberately each and every time made sure that he got all of his plagues in to torture these people so that he could kill all the little children and all the firstborn. He hardened Pharaoh's heart so Pharaoh couldn't let the kids go. What is this? And now what about our heroes? What about God's chosen people? You know? What about the good guys? What about the ones who are saved? The ones who are picked out to represent true believers? Noah. Noah went in a boat with all the animals, two of every kind. Ticks, fleas, everything. Two of every kind. Elephants. Elephants. For 40 days, elephants in a boat with no windows. Figure this one. But how did Noah celebrate how did Noah celebrate getting saved out of all of this mess? Just him and his wife and these animals. How did he celebrate this? Genesis 9:20 says he got stoned. He got stoned and he took all his clothes off and he laid down on the ground. This is it, man. You'd see the guy. Couldn't you see the guy laying there on the ground with a bottle of, hey, that's me and you, God. Thank God for me. I'm one of God's chosen people. Here's a naked drunk on the floor who just got saved out of this boat with elephants, and that's how we celebrated it. So Monty's looking at this. He's saying, well, what? This is God's chosen people. Who chose these people? Is this the good guy? What about Lot? This was great. Here's a real good guy. Here's a real good guy, Lot. Sodom and Gomorrah. Did you ever hear that? You got to look at this one, page 13.